starting 5 minutes late today because my internet went out the moment as I was about to hit start. I have a gut feeling I'm gonna get Mewtwo today. Watch that immediately be proven wrong throughout the next 2.5 hours. You know, there's no point to me centering this, because I'm just gonna decenter it in a moment anyways. So earlier today, a thought hit me. An idea came to mind. I thought, wait a second. If we were to one day get another Mewtwo event for, say, completing the BDSP decks in Pokemon Home, what about Spinda? You know, because Spinda caught in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl cannot go into Pokemon Home. So if we were to get an event in the future, the same as Mewtwo, say a shiny Manaphy distribution for completing the home BDSP decks, how's that gonna work? Because BDSP, the one thing missing is Spinda. But then again, I guess Spinda's not in the actual Pokedex, right? Because for BDSP, there's like 150 in the Pokedex, and I don't think Spinda's in it. Whatever, I just hope they release an update, which they never will. Let's face it, we know how the Pokemon Company is. They'll never release an update. Yeah, they're just never gonna release an update for Spinda. So, if you want yourself a shiny Spinda in Pokemon Home, you better get it on the 3DS, or any games prior, before Pokemon Bank shuts down permanently. You know, there were also a couple things that I forgot to mention, like I keep on forgetting to say. So, a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago at this point, we got a pretty stupid email at work. I tell you, there really are just some insane, stupid people out there. And I fit both those categories. One more than the other. What on earth was that sound? I just heard a thud sound in my house. I just turned off the sound to hear if everything is okay. Alright, so, yeah. Almost 2 weeks ago, we got a pretty stupid email at work. The email went something like, we found out that our insurance doesn't cover so much. So can you refund us $500? The email went something like that. Like, if you guys don't understand what that means, like, why that is so stupid, why it's, you know, brain-boggling that they even thought to email that. No, there was more to the email. The email actually went something like, we've been a customer with you guys for 10 years, and we found out our insurance doesn't cover as much as we thought. So could you refund us the $500? So they added in the whole part about we've been your customers for more than 10 years. So if you don't understand why that's so stupid, so these people thought they had a certain amount of insurance coverage. So they purchased, they did everything, they did the insurance claims, they did everything. And then later on they found out, wait a second, it turns out we don't have that much insurance coverage, but we already bought the products and spent that money. Let's ask for a refund on whatever we cannot cover. Like, do you understand why that's so stupid? Let me give you guys an example. Let's say I have $500 car insurance, but instead, like, I didn't know that. I was under the impression I had $1,000 car insurance. So I go to the shop, I get my car fixed up, oil changed and whatnot. So it's $1,000 to get all that stuff done. I go to claim all of it back with the car insurance. Turns out I only have $500 available. So, you know, I go back to the car dealership. Hey guys, I've been driving Mercedes-Benz and been coming to you guys for my tune-ups for the past 10 years. It turns out my insurance doesn't cover $1,000 like I thought, and it only covers $500. Can you guys refund me $500, even though, you know, the service is already done, and I already submitted a claim for the insurance? So if you need me to break it down even more, they had already purchased, they already decided on the goods and services that they wanted to purchase. Later on, after submitting all of the insurance paperwork, they find out they actually don't have that much coverage. So instead they ask for whatever they don't have covered, that amount as a refund. It's like a refund for what? You already decided what you're going to purchase, what kind of goods and services you want. It's not our fault, it's not our problem that you didn't know how much insurance coverage you got. We're not obligated, we're in no way going to give you back the money after you already purchased everything, after you already agreed to purchase everything and submitted the insurance paperwork. We're not going to give you your money back just because your insurance doesn't cover it. You already purchased everything. We already did everything for you. We're not going to give you a refund just because your insurance doesn't cover it. Like, it's already done. Everything's been made. You already purchased everything. You have everything you purchased. We're not giving you that refund. There's nothing to refund. It's not like you're dissatisfied with what you purchased and you're giving it back and we're giving you the money back. Like, we're receiving nothing back. There is no refund to give simply because you misunderstood how much you have covered in your insurance. Man, I can't believe that people really do be that stupid out there. And they actually even go so far as to try. You know? What's crazy is, in their mind, they thought they were sane and just. Like, they thought, you know, our insurance doesn't cover this much, but, you know, because we thought it did, we spent more than we should have. We deserve a refund. We're gonna ask for a refund. You know, it's like if I went to Walmart, I bought $10 worth of stuff. It's like, hey, I spent $5 over my budget. Can I get a refund for the $5 over my budget? Okay, sir, are you going to return the item you bought? No, I just bought over my budget. Can I get that money back? Anyways, that stupidity aside, something else I forgot to mention last time, so yesterday, was the fact that I had finally remembered to release all of the Furfros in my Pokemon Home. I almost said bank. You know, like the 2,000 Furfros that I hunted, or that I hatched to hunt for 9 additional shinies. Yeah, I think it was yesterday I finally remembered, oh yeah, I need to release all those. They're just taking up space and lagging my Pokemon Home. So at long last, all of those have been released. It took me so long, you know. In between Furfro and yesterday, I hunted for Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde. Like, I had all of them. I had all the Furfros still throughout the process of hunting those. It just never clicked. Like, oh yeah, I need to release those. Well, I suppose now's a good time for me to show you guys one more encounter, then I'll let you guys take a look. Okay, so today in Pokemon Go was Sprigatito Community Day, and because once again I'm too lazy to edit in the screenshots afterwards, here you go. So this is how many shinies I got today. I got 15 Sprigatitos, and then one final strange looking shiny Sprigatito to end things off. Interesting looking cat. So this is actually the best Sprigatito I got IV wise. And it's just a big coincidence, like thankfully so, big coincidence that the best IV one I got today was female. Thankfully so. And here's the second best one I got that I evolved into Florigato. Yep, that's the second best IV I got all day. Everything else is worse than those IVs right there. So that's today's update. I got 16 shinies today. This is the best shiny Meowscarada I got. Thankfully female. I will more than likely best buddy it. I mean, hey, just like when it comes time to for Fuecoco Community Day, you know, I like shiny Skeledirge. That's a pretty nice shiny to me. Maybe I'll best buddy that as well. Whatever best IV I get for a shiny Skeledirge. Only one I'm not even going to consider best buddying is Quaquaval, because I just don't like that Pokemon. I don't really care for it. I see a car pulled up in the front. I wonder who that is. Because my dad did go out for dinner, but like, it's not on the parkway, like the driveway. It's parked on the side. Or is it my neighbor's? Or am I about to get jumped? Am I about to get some burglars in the house? If people are about to break into my house, well, you're not going to see me for a while, because either I would have died or I would have killed them and been arrested. Well, one of the cars is backing up into my driveway. Ugh. Let me go take a look at the window. No, they look like my dad's friends. I don't see any masked guys approaching the door with, you know, weapons. Uh... No shinies yet, but I have a gut feeling maybe tonight. Oh my god, mute that, mute that, mute that. What would you do in the recent episode of Beast Games? The drop ball one. The ball drop one. Which one? The 10-minute timer or the one where you throw closest to the briefcase? Oops. No, mute that. You heard that, didn't you? Which game are you talking about? There are 2 drop ball ones. I also need to set up some picnics. "10 minutes? What do you mean? 10 minutes into the episode, or you're 10 minutes into the episode, or what? Or you're gonna be back in 10 minutes? Like you're gonna BRB. You're gonna BRBs. I don't think Canada has Arby's, so I've never tried it before. How is it? The timer one, I would have visualized a 10-minute timer in my mind. But, you know, the lady sabotaging the rest definitely was like a curveball I didn't expect. I didn't consider. My chat is delayed. I don't know, refresh the page. By one message, man? Here, just send, if it's really delayed by one message, just send something random, and then, you know, it'll be, the blockade will be fixed. I think. Just count out loud? Oh yeah, I guess that could work too. Yeah, but then if you count out loud, you'll also give other people that advantage. You'll let others know what time it's, what the time is. So, how many shiny Sprigatitos did you catch today? You know, how many Sprigatitos did you get today? You start counting out loud 2 minutes into it and start at 3. I don't know, everyone has their own strategy. So let's see, today I only have 2 shows to talk about. Probably gonna spoil everything for this dude right here. There's not yet a new episode for Creature Commandos, for Beast Games. So all I have to talk about today is Oshinoko and Squid Game. I don't think he's watched either one. Can you guys believe this dude stopped watching Oshinoko, but he recommended From to me? Because I tell you, the end of this episode was a real head scratcher. I am so very confused when it came to this episode. And well, because I only have 2 shows to talk about today, maybe I could talk about more than one episode of Squid Game. Even though I don't think he's watched it yet either. What are you doing? What are you doing, man? You're not watching Squid Game, but rather you're watching shows like From. I already lost count. Did I just watch episode 10 or 11? I think I watched episode 11. Episode 11 of Oshinoko Season 2. Yeah, it was episode 11. Episode 11 is what I just saw. And when I say just saw, I mean literally just watched it before doing this. How's it already been 20 minutes of space junk? You know what? I kind of like this theme from last time, the Smash Trophy Gallery. And wow, well, no surprise, dude clicked off because I'm about to talk about shows he's not interested in. Alright, so this episode of Oshinoko, Season 2, Episode 11, started off pretty cute. Half the episode was pretty cute, and then the second half is a real head-scratcher. Or rather, the very ending. So, because the new B Kamachi group is about to go to Miyazaki, I think, I think that's the place, the name of the place we're going to. Aqua decided he's going to go as well, now that he's been liberated. Now he's freed from his vengeance. So he decides he'll go too. However, he doesn't have any luggage. He doesn't have a suitcase to carry his luggage in. He doesn't have a suitcase with wheels. So Kana agrees to go with him to shop for one. So then Kana takes it as like a potential date between the two. So, you know, we have this sequence where she's trying to figure out what outfit to wear. I can't lie, I am a sucker for these kind of romance stories. Like, I do like these kind of storylines. So, yeah, because Kana was so fixated on trying to find an outfit to wear, she ended up being late to their quote-unquote coffee date. So then, Aqua already pre-ordered her a latte, a warm latte, due to how cold it's outside, because it's now winter for these guys. Kana offers to pay the bill, even though, you know, she offers to pay the bill because she was late to try to repay him. As she's lining up to pay the bill, she sees this other couple in front of her. The dude's like, here, let me pay. I insist. A guy must pay for what's his, whatever he said. So whatever the bill total came up, she doesn't seem to have enough. So Aqua just swoops in and pays the rest. And you know, after he pays, it's like, alright, let's go. Alright, so they go shopping. They buy a suitcase. And then, well, now it's nighttime. It's time for them to go. Now, this part has me really questioning, like, how the hell did... This kind of doesn't make sense. This really doesn't make any lick of sense whatsoever. So, now that it's nighttime and they're done their errands, Aqua's about to go home, but then Kana wants to spend more time with them. So she's like, I'm kind of hungry. How about we go get some food? Aqua's like, how about some meat? First of all, pause. Is that just a thing? Is that just a Japanese thing? Where they're just like, how about some meat? Let's go eat some meat. Are you hungry for some meat? Is that a Japanese thing? Because over here in the West, we go pause. Hey, yo, eat some meat? What you on about, bro? You know, so is it a Japanese thing? Is it just normal over there to just go like, are you in the mood for some meat? Do you feel like eating some meat? Like, is that just a thing over there? So anyways, Aqua offers like, hey, if you're hungry, how about we eat some meat? So then they go to this fancy steak restaurant, which is always booked. But then Aqua just already happened to have made a reservation. That makes no sense. Aqua had to have made reservations prior, like at least the day before. But then he has this mentality, like after they're done shopping, it's like, let's go home. So if Kana had not mentioned that she's hungry, well, then he would have made the reservation in preparation for nothing. Unless he was going to surprise her. Was he about to be like, alright, let's go home. Alright, let's go. Wait, now I'm a little hungry. Hey, how about I treat you to this restaurant over here? I already happened to make a reservation. So it kind of makes no sense. Aqua had to have made a reservation to the restaurant well in advance. And then he's just acting like, alright, let's just go home. We're done. We're done doing our errands for the day. So yeah, had Kana not brought up she's hungry, then he would have made the reservation for nothing. So during the meal between Kana and Aqua, I love the little details. So Kana picks up, like, he is a little too smooth. He's got a little too much aura when it comes to how he treats women. Kana's like, you're acting almost as if you're like a guy in his 30s with a lot of experience. And then there's a text bubble on screen. Previously a 30-ish doctor. Pointing at Aqua. Okay, that confirms, yes, he was indeed around 30 years old when he was a doctor. I've been saying that as an assumption this whole time. Like, I just love the details. Previously a 30-ish doctor. So, now that Aqua and Kana are alone having dinner, in the back of my mind I was thinking, oh my god, please do not let Akane walk by and see this. Thankfully that did not happen. However, so the two of them start discussing, like, Aqua now he feels liberated. He feels he now can indeed have a relationship. Because Kana brings up him and Akane. So it's like, how's that going, right? Aqua's now saying it's time for him to give her a straight answer. So it's like, ooh, what's he gonna answer? Because we know how this boy thinks. We know his train of thought. He doesn't actually feel anything towards her. Well, by the end of the dinner, Aqua calls a taxi to bring them both home. Kana just assumes the worst, or perhaps the best. It's like, a taxi? To where? Is he perhaps going to take me to a love hotel? But no, he just drops her home. She's just like, huh? He just dropped me off home. Oh, I'm disappointed, but I had my own hopes up. So, now, you know, Kana's thinking maybe she actually has a shot with Aqua, but she also does ponder. I wonder what he's going to tell Akane. Now that he said he's going to give her a straight answer. Kana looks at her phone, admires the selfie she took with him during dinner, but then she accidentally scrolls past a bunch of pictures, and then she has saved in her phone a selfie that Akane took of her and Aqua. I'm thinking, why did you have that? Why did you even have that picture? That's kind of weird. You have a selfie of someone else taking the picture with him in the background. Like, why do you have that picture? There's no way, you know, there's no way Akane took your phone and took a selfie of her with him on your phone, right? Anyways, that was the first half of the episode. It was very cute. Very cutesy between, you know, the way Kana feels towards Aqua. But then the second half of the episode. Ooh, the second half gets a little more serious. Like, all the fun and games are in the first half. The second half, it's time to get serious. So, second half of the episode, we see Aqua with Akane. Aqua invites her to join along with the trip. And then Aqua finally has a talk with her. Like, finally talk things over. Finally have a serious conversation with her. Akane doesn't want to wait until the trip to talk about it, so they talk about it now. So, Akane even gets the vibe that he wants to quote-unquote break up with her, even though the relationship wasn't really official. Aqua feels like he's just holding her back. So they go for a walk as they discuss. Now, here are some things said that are very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable to hear others talk about this. It's a different story when you yourself are in that position talking about these topics, these subjects. When you hear other characters talk about it, it just makes you feel strange. It just makes you feel weird. Like, I don't really want to be hearing others discussing this. It's like, I should probably walk away and let them talk about it themselves. But I'm watching a show, you know? I'm not listening to actual people talking about this. So, we all know Aqua is teetering towards ending things with Akane, even though the relationship is fake. Of course, Akane doesn't want that, though. She actually does have feelings towards Aqua. And she's... and this is where the uncomfortable topics come up. She just says to him, when it comes with you, I am willing to do stuff like kissing or sex. It's just... oh, it's so uncomfortable to hear. It's uncomfortable to hear others talk about this. Well, they go back and forth. It's even uncomfortable for me to talk about it. They go back and forth talking about it. You know, Akane accuses Aqua of, like, you don't think there's any value in a relationship without kissing or sex, do you? And then Aqua finally, I suppose, finally announces that he does have a sex drive. He sure as hell doesn't seem to have one this whole time. He doesn't really show to have one. It's really just uncomfortable to hear others talk about this stuff. You know, Akane's very clever. She's very smart. She even, not only did she piece together Aqua's true identity, but has not revealed it to him yet, that she knows, she also reveals that she knows Aqua was only using her to, you know, further elevate himself. Like, she knows that he has a more conning side. So she knows that the relationship, he's only using her to bring himself higher into the food chain in the entertainment industry. So finally, Aqua reveals almost everything to her. He doesn't reveal his identity, like, you know, who his mother is. However, he does reveal to her everything else. He reveals that, yes, he was trying to move up in the entertainment industry to kill someone. He went through a lot of DNA tests, which cost him a lot of money. He reveals that in trying to find anyone who he's related to, he only found a half-sibling. And that half-sibling revealed that the person... he tells Akane that the person he's trying to find is his father, because he believes his father is responsible for his mother's death. So all the DNA tests, he found a half-sibling, and that half-sibling, being Himekawa, revealed to him that their father is dead. So Aqua, there's no path of vengeance left for him, because the person he wants to have revenge on is long gone by now. So he feels freed from this burden. He can finally live his own life and have fun acting and enjoy, you know, having a normal relationship. Although Akane, she seems shocked. She seems terrified. At first I was scratching my head like, why? I don't understand. What's wrong? She lies and says, like, oh, this is just some heavy subjects. I don't feel so well. I'm gonna go for now. Bye. It turns out Akane picked up on something that even Aqua didn't realize. The fact that there's a loophole Aqua's not seeing. And I'm really scratching my head. I don't see the loophole. I don't get it. I don't know what the loophole is. She's scared that if she reveals the loophole to Aqua, he'll go back to his life of vengeance, But if he doesn't, well, then he'll be blissfully unaware and happy. So does she do him a favor and not tell him? Or does she tell him and then he goes back to his miserable, vengeful self? The only thing I can think of in terms of a loophole is if Himekawa is Aqua's half-sibling. That doesn't necessarily mean the father is the same parent. However, that does have some pretty bad implications if that's the case. Like, if they don't share a father, that means they share a mother. You know, I was pregnant when she was a teen. Let's say, I think she was like 15 or 16 when she had Aqua and Ruby. Aqua's now 16. Himekawa is 20, so he's 4 years older. So, simple math. Unless you're telling me I had a child 4 years earlier, unless you're telling me I had a kid when she was like 11, no. That's like the only loophole I can think of. I don't know what other loophole there is. I suppose we'll find out later on, and we better. Can you imagine if they don't ever reveal what that loophole is? So yeah, I just don't see what loophole. Because, yeah, Aqua told her that his father, his supposed father, had an affair with his mother. Like, his father was with someone else, and then the affair was Aqua's mother. And then his father died in, like, a murder-suicide. So there's no one to enact revenge on anymore because his father's long gone. So, I don't see where the loophole is. Unless what I said is a loophole, because that's the only loophole I can think of. If they don't share a father, but instead they share a mother. Which, the implications of that is absolutely terrible. Implying that I had a child when she was 11 years old. No. I'll be pissed if that's the case. Like, please, God, don't let that be the case. I really don't see any loophole that Akane picked up on. And here's the even bigger head-scratcher. By the end of the episode, so the final scene of the episode, we see Ruby visiting Ai's grave. And then we see this blonde gentleman walk by. It reveals he's the father. This guy is the true father to Ruby and Aqua. And that actually makes sense. This guy actually does have blonde hair. So now I'm really scratching my head, like, what is going on? How is Himekawa their half-sibling, but none of the parents line up? Because we saw in Himekawa's phone report what his mother looks like, and who his supposed father is. Like, it kind of doesn't make sense. Unless obviously there's something I'm not seeing. There's something I'm not picking up on. I don't see where there's a loophole. Unless you're telling me the true culprit, like Ruby and Aqua's real father, framed that guy. Framed the guy who is supposedly their father. I don't get it. I'm really scratching my head. I don't understand. And I tell you, I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. Like, I can't wait to see the rest of the season. There's only 2 episodes left. I can't wait to finish the season and see how Season 3 plays. I'm pretty sure we're getting a Season 3. Wouldn't it be tragic if the anime got cancelled? I would have to read a manga. See, I don't like reading mangas compared to watching anime. There's no movement, there's no color, there's no voice acting. You know? I much prefer watch an anime than read a manga. Now, I'm not completely against reading manga, you know, I don't actively despise it, like, ew, a dirty book, disgusting. I don't even want to touch it. But it's just like, I would much rather watch an anime than read a manga, just because it has voice acting, it has color, it has movement. So, yeah, this was a pretty good episode, however, I am very confused. I am so confused on what is happening now. So, turns out Aqua's father is still alive. So, when is Aqua gonna learn that truth? Maybe that'll be the final scene, the final moment of the season. Aqua learns, like, oh, he's actually alive? What Himekawa said, that's not my father? That's the only loophole I can think of. That they don't share a father, but they share a mother. So that Himekawa's father isn't Aqua's father. That's the only loophole I can think of. I cannot think of anything else. Man, the fact that this guy decided to watch From instead of Oshinoko baffles me. Yeah, that's all I can think of for Oshinoko. I'm excited to see the rest of the story. I'm excited to see how it plays out. Man, I'm so disappointed by Aqua, though. You know, he's with a good-looking girl like Akane who is smart, clever, and actually puts up with him. I can only wish to find someone like that. And he ends things with her. Like, boy, stupid boy. You gonna trade her for your sister? God damn it, man. Alright, we'll talk about Squid Game in a second. You know something else I need to consider? Like, I have more shows to watch once I'm done this batch of shows, of course. Thing is, though, I'm afraid if I start watching them and then I get all the shinies, and then I start playing game, well, anyone watching that game playthrough gonna be like, Alright, today we're going to talk about episode 6 of this season. It's like, wait a second, where's he talking about the first previous episodes? Then they gotta tune into this, right? It's like completely disconnected. But then again, I do have 5 other hunts after this to do. So, like, I should have plenty of time, plenty of opportunity. You know, I just don't want me talking about a season of a show to be cut off. Still trying to think, what other music can I put on? I'm just watching the timer over here because my picnic's about to run out. Ugh. Ugh. 3, 2, 1. Alright, sandwich is over. Let me collect these eggs, make another picnic, and then we'll talk about Squid Game. Let me see how much more space I have for eggs before I make another picnic. Okay, I have space. I have space for only one more picnic. You know, supposedly my sister is on her time of the month again. Now, it's not really something for me to be talking about, but I'm just saying this like, well, there's a chance that she's not gonna go into work tomorrow. Which means there's a lot more stuff for me to do. It also means 100% that she's still not pregnant yet. Remember what I said before? Like, I'm done trying to tell her, if you want to have kids, you need to eat more because you don't have enough body fat in order to bear a child. And, well, this being her time in the month, pretty much confirms that, so if she wants to continue to fuck around and find out, well, be my guest. I'm done warning you. Don't come crying to me when you're 40 years old and not able to have kids, still. Alright, before we talk about Squid Game, let me just go check something real quick. I just had a lot of lights to turn off. And yes, for the past 2 days I have not said a word to my sister. We're not on speaking terms right now. Okay, let's talk about Squid Game. Season 2. We are now talking about episode 4. You know, the titles for these episodes really give it away. Let me see. Well, not all of them gave it away. Episode 1 for Season 2 was titled Bread and Lottery. Well, when you first go into the episode, that doesn't really mean anything. Now, after you watch the episode, you know what that means. Episode 2, Halloween Party, yeah, kinda gives it away. Episode 3, 001. You know, those who are familiar with the show should have known to look out for Player 1, given who Player 1 was in Season 1. And then Episode 4 is titled 6 Legs. So, you know, now that we're done the first game being red light, green light, the title 6 Legs will kind of give away that the next game will not be Dalgona, I think that's what it's called, the cookie cutter one. So anyways, this episode opens up with the organ harvesting. Remember how in Season 1 these guys harvested organs? In secret from the frontman. However, frontman in Season 1 revealed like he doesn't care if they harvest organs to sell. What he cares about is the fact that they ruined the integrity of everyone having a fair chance at the games. And you ruin that by giving one person a heads up of what games are coming up. So, frontman doesn't care if you harvest the organs to sell, so that just pretty much opened the doors for all of these, you know, Squid Game workers to be like, okay, he said he doesn't care, let's do it. We don't have to keep it a secret from him anymore. And then we also see that the boxes where, you know, the people inside are about to have their organs harvested, they have a little bloody cross on it, which I completely forgot they do. So they're still harvesting organs, which I guess you may as well put them to good use. You may as well not waste them. Well, back with the games, or rather back in the little rest area for them. They get fed. And then Gihan reveals... No, actually it was Player 1. It was Frontman who started this, who provoked Gihan, and it's like, you played these games before, right? You said you did. So that means you know what game's coming up next. Gihan reveals what the next game is. It's Dalgona, the one where you have to cut out the shape. So he reveals to everyone, triangle's the easiest. And I can't lie, like, this is kind of stupid. In 3 years, Gihan never considered what if they play different games. Gihan really thought they play the exact same games every single year. You never once considered what if they change up the games. Because Gihan told these guys what game is next with 100% certainty. He didn't even mention, like, okay, here's the next game, but I'm not sure if they could change it up. Seriously? Never once in 3 years did you consider maybe they play different games every time? Or perhaps they'll change up the games just to spite you. Because you're a returning player. You know what games are coming up. You know what to do and you have an advantage. You never considered that? Oh, I need to look up the the list of character names again. Anyway, so I believe Frontman, like, introduces himself. Wait, no, not yet. Wait, no, not just yet. So they're still known as their player numbers. Because they realize, like, it's smarter to stick together as a group. You know, strength in numbers. So now our group is Gihan, Jungbei, player 1, who is the front man in sheep's clothing. And then a new character joins the group. What's his name again? Yeah, right. Daeho, player 388. You know, he was also in the Marines, I said? I think. The Army. Same as Jungbei. So now we have a little group of 4. Well, the character of Myung-gi, you know, the crypto scammer, he gets harassed by Thanos as well as his goon, Nam-gyu, player 124. So they're beating him up, and then Frontman puts a stop to it. Now, Thanos said something to Gihan. Thanos said something to Frontman, which really triggered him. You know, they're talking shit to, what was the name again? Crypto scammer. They're talking shit to Myung-gi and almost kind of beating him up a bit. So Frontman tries to confront them and stop it. You know, to try to keep his cover. Because, you know, he doesn't care if these people get beat up to death. So he tries to stop it to cover himself up. And then Thanos is like, hey, old man, you ended up in this shithole just like the rest of us. Why don't you keep to your own business? Lecture your own kids. So that really triggers him, and we learn why later on in the episode. So he completely beats the shit out of Thanos. And everyone applauds him. So now Thanos is a little scared of Player 1. He knows Player 1 can overpower him. Well, Now it's nighttime. Gi-hun can't sleep. Frontman speaks to him. Oh yeah, also at this point, Frontman introduces himself to the group. Introduces himself as Young Il. So there's a scene where Frontman actually puts up quite a good performance. He's telling Gi-hun, his quote-unquote story of why he's here. Why he's playing the games for the money. He's saying that his wife is sick, is in need of, I think, a liver transplant. And then we learned that, or rather he and his wife, they learned that not only does she need a liver transplant, but she's pregnant. So that's why he's here. He needs the money, because it's not easy to find a donor. So he needs the money. And he starts tearing up, he gets emotional. But we learned in the previous episode, thanks to Jung Ho, what was his name? His brother's name? Yeah, Jun Ho. We learned in the previous episode that his wife is dead. So he's using a made-up, well, not really made-up. He's using his dead wife's story to try to, seem genuine to Gi-hun. The best lies have a hint of truth to them. So this had to have been true at some point. In the past, his wife did indeed need a liver transplant and was pregnant at the same time. But, that was a long time ago. She is very much dead now. So, Frontman, Young Il, is using the story of his dead wife in order to sympathize, or get Gi-hun to sympathize with him. And the reason he's emotional is because, well, he really did go through that. So, well played, Frontman. Well, the next scene, these guys are harvesting the organs, but they're too late. The body's been dead too long. The organs are no longer fresh enough to be harvested. So they're wondering, who's doing this? Someone is killing these people before they're, we are shooting them in a way it's not fatal, so that way we can harvest some fresh organs. But someone is killing them, thus making them dead sooner, thus making the organs not as fresh when harvested. Someone's doing this. Who's doing this? They realize it's soldier number 11, No Ul. So the person, the second in command in the, the black suit with the pink zipper, he calls her up for a meeting. Well, he actually takes his mask off. We see the face of the second in command, and it's like, who are you? Yeah, it's like, who are you? It's not as big a reveal as it was when Frontman first took his mask off. So yeah, it's not as strong as the first reveal. So, second in command, once he took his mask off, it's like, who are you? Well, we cut back to civilization, where Jun Ho is still trying to convince the police department. Wow, nice shiny. Thanks, I'm working on it. How you been, man? I'm just talking about Squid Game. Did you watch it yet? Hold on, I'm just collecting the eggs over here. Okay. So yeah, back in civilization, Jun Ho is trying to convince the police department to find the island because a man's life is in danger. But the police captain think he's crazy, and they're just like, if you want us to search for the island, bring us proof that it exists. Oh, I need to find this dude's name real quick. One of the characters' names, I can't seem to find it. What was his name again? Let's see. His name was Choi Woo-seok. Woo-seok. I'm just gonna call him that. Right. His name was Woo-seok. Korean names, okay, guys? I'm sorry. So then Woo-seok is having lunch, I guess, with Captain Park, the guy who is the captain of the ship, searching for the island. So they're casually conversationing, and then Woo-seok brings up, you know, someone had to have leaked information. And then the captain's kind of like, I wonder who it could be. Giving us a hint. Giving us our first hint. Although, he does kind of let it slip. But nobody picks up on it. Because he is asking, like, how are you going to find the island? He's asking Woo-seok how he's going to find the island. He's just like, oh, I can't really tell you, you know. Oh, is it because of your friend Gi-hun he's been taken? Oh, you know about him. Well, I guess it's okay, we can tell you now. I believe someone leaked the information. Yeah, so he's just telling Captain Park everything. He's just like, there's a tracker in his tooth. But someone took it out of him. Someone knew he had it. So someone ratted us out. Planting the seeds on who might be the rat, huh? So anyways, we get this, like, dream sequence, and no surprise, it's a fake out. No surprise whatsoever, it's a fake out. So they're about to do the cookie cutter game. There's a big ass line in front of the triangle. It's like, damn, come on, people. Gi-hun is confident, he knows that the triangle is the easiest, and then, my god, when he opens the lid, what the fuck is that shape? Holy hell, good luck trying to cut that shape out. So, thankfully it was a dream, because everyone is now blaming Gi-hun. You know? Everyone's blaming Gi-hun. You made us think that you knew about the games. You made us think Triangle was the easiest, but look at how difficult that is. You're gonna get us all killed. Are you gonna take responsibility for this? Our deaths is you're responsible for our deaths. Thankfully it was just a dream. Alright, well, second game time. They need to get into groups of 6. Characters like Thanos teams up with his douchebag friend, as well as teaming up with that pretty hot chick. What was her name again? Well, he also meets Min-soo, the very, very timid guy. And I love that Thanos is actually very open, like very nice to him. And for whatever reason, his douchebag friend, what was his name again? Nam-gyu. Nam-gyu is an absolute dick to this guy, even though it's revealed later they're the exact same age. Both these guys are like 27 years old, which 27, once again. But then, Thanos, I love that he sticks up for him. It's like, hey, stop. What's up, my brother? Nice to meet you. Welcome to the Thanos world, or whatever he said. So, yeah. Thanos and Nam-gyu team up with Min-soo and the hot chick's name, Sammy. Fuck. So, yeah, the game is clearly not Dalgona. It is like a 6-legged race. So, basically, you team up in groups of 5. Did I say 6 earlier? You team up in groups of 5. You have to go in a big circle. Each person must complete a mini game. All 5 mini games must be complete, and then you finish the lap in order to win in 5 minutes. There's a bunch of Korean games that I've never heard of, so if I was in this position, I'd be dead, because I don't know how to play these games. You have your typical one, which you know, this show made famous, slapping one envelope onto another, trying to flip it. You have another one, which looks like you're just trying to throw... Oh. The music stopped, but then it just transitioned into the Great Sea, so I guess that works out. So after the envelope slapping game, you have another one where it looks like you're trying to throw one stone onto another, trying to knock it over. I can't imagine that's honestly too difficult. Then again, what do I know? I've never played it before. There's this other game that looks like Jax. You know, how you have to pick up all the pieces. You know, the bouncy ball with Jax. Not exactly, it's like a Korean version. I've never seen this game before. I never heard of it, and I don't really understand how the rules work. And then you have a top. I think I've seen this one before. I think I've heard about it before. You wrap a string around it, and then, you know, you throw it to make the top spin. And finally, you have this kick one, where you kick the thing a handful of times. But damn, the rules are brutal. Like, say you have to throw something, and you have to... You know, you have to throw something for the game. If you fail, you have to walk as a group to pick it up. Remember, it's 6 legs. The title of the episode is 6 legs. So all your legs are tied together, thus making it way harder to walk as one. So obviously the first groups who does this game dies, because, you know, it's their first time doing it. And what I find stupid is, oh, I feel so bad for that guy, by the way, who kept on messing up the throw. Oh, I feel so bad for him, because not only did he pee his pants, but he also, you know, he also passed the game right at the finish line, right when the team was about to run out of time. So while the other groups are getting ready, Thanos takes a pill, and then his douchebag friend asks for one too. Which I'm still surprised that the staff let him keep those drugs on him. Because, I don't know, maybe it'll give him an unfair advantage? I don't know. Because surely they had to search the bodies, make sure there's nothing that the people bring in that'll give him an advantage. Surely they had to know that Thanos was wearing a necklace that could be opened and inside has drugs. Right? Surely they would have searched him. Oops, I missed my cue to collect the eggs. Whoops. Alright, by the end of the episode, our group of new lovable characters, we have characters like, in our group of characters, we have, well, this one's not lovable. Seon Neo, the shaman girl. Man, she is so annoying to watch. We have Youngsik, the son, as well as Jumja, the mother. Along on the same team, we also have Hyunju, the trans guy. And then we have, I think her name is Young Mi. So we have them as a team together. And then the episode ends. So yeah, I still find it stupid Gi-hun never once thought maybe they do different games. Right? Pretty stupid. Like, he really thought they'd do the exact same games. Then again, him redoing Red Light, Green Light, Green Light, would make him think, okay, if Red Light, Green Light's the same, then they're all probably the same. Like, he was already misled to believe that it's going to be the same. But still. So debating, do I want to talk about another episode? I mean, since I have time, I may as well. Alright, let's move on to episode 5, titled One More Game. So our group from the end of the last episode actually won. They did it. And, hilariously enough, hold on, let me see. Let me take a look at the episode once again. So, it's actually with this group that we finally see what the final game is, what the final mini game is. They need to kick this like pom-pom thing 5 times in a row. Which I can only imagine how many takes it had to take for the actors to do it 5 times in a row. Like, you then see everyone cheering. You literally see everyone, who has not played the games yet cheering for them as they're winning. As well as the frontman. The funniest thing is the frontman cheering for his own, I don't want to say, like, slaves. But, like, his own, captives. People who are going to die in his games. It's the funniest thing. Him cheering for them to succeed. Like, he seems genuinely happy. He is beaming with joy when he cheers for people winning. Like, unbelievably so. Like, it's the funniest thing ever. So, but I've seen people online saying, bro really forgot his job. Like, it's the funniest thing ever. Oop, there goes the timer. Timer for the picnic. The sandwich. Like, I swear to God, it's the funniest thing ever. Frontman actually cheering for the players winning. Like, cheering heavily, too. You would think that he would have a giant frown on his face when people win, because that's less people dying. But no, he is genuinely happy. He has an enormous smile. He is glowing with joy when people actually are winning his games. So it is so funny. And yeah, I just absolutely love the memes. Bro forgot his job. Alright, let's see what else happened in this episode. So yeah, we get this, like, mic drop montage. People playing games, failing, dying, succeeding. People cheering. And then we cut to, you know, the people we actually care about watching. Our main group of characters. We get Gi-hun, Young Il, frontman. We get, Daeho, Jung-bae, and, the pregnant girl. What was her name again? Jun-hee. So we get these characters as a group together, doing these games. It's a little funny to see Young Il, you know, frontman, stand next to Gi-hun, realizing, wow, Gi-hun's way taller than him. So they're passing the games with flying colors until it comes time for Young Il, for frontman, to do the top game. And Faker intentionally sabotaging these guys. Intentionally sabotaging them. Purposely doing bad, wasting their time. Wow. What an ass. Like, he really did bad too. Like, he flung the top way to the back, so they need to hurry up and get it before the time runs out. And I've seen people point out online that even though he was intentionally messing up, he was using his right arm to throw the top. Which is why he was failing, because he's left-handed. So, when he threw with his left hand, it worked. However, it's the final game that I really question. I really scratch my head that, wow, that counts? So, it's down to Gi-hun. Oh yeah, also something funny happens. Like, the soldier has to tell everyone, like, when it comes to the final game, you have to kick this pom-pom thing 5 times. The soldier, you know, puts his hand in front of Gi-hun's face. 5. And then he's just like, yeah, move your hand. Get out of my face. So funny. So yeah, this game, like, this outcome really has me questioning. Like, that actually counts? So Gi-hun needs to kick this thing 5 times. And the timer's about to run out, so he only has 1 chance to succeed. Well, the 5th kick doesn't really work, so Young Il moves his leg, which is, you know, tied to Gi-hun's leg. It lands on his leg, but he didn't kick it up. I'm just thinking, that counts? Really? That counts? And I just have to think, like, oh my god, how many times did the actors have to do that to get that right? Well, yeah, these group of guys win. These group of guys win, but the other group fails. Nobody cares about that group. Alright, so the people who won, they're now chatting. They're now, you know, winding down, learning about each other. The soldiers, they pick up on the fact that number 11 is killing them, thus costing them harvested organ money. So they go into her room, absolute psychopath, threaten her. Oh, no, wait, it's at this point. My bad, this is the point where they introduce themselves, where they share their names. My bad. Not the previous episode. This episode is where they share their names. And where Young Eel, well, actually, where Frontman reveals, you know, his name is Young Eel. He even slips up a bit and calls player 456 by his name, Gihun. So Gihun's like, how'd you know my name? Oh, I heard your friend here call you that, so I figured, let me call you that. So Frontman slips up a bit by letting Gihun know that he knows his name, even though they haven't shared their names yet. At first, when I was watching this, I thought that Gihun may have picked up on it. It's like, is now suspicious of Frontman or Player 1. Remembering, oh yeah, Frontman, wait, no. Remembering Player 1 from last time. So maybe this Player 1 is also a phony. Spoiler alert, for the rest of the season, no, not really. No, he did not pick up on it. Then again, maybe it'll be revealed in Season 3, yeah, he did pick up on it. Well, the time has come once again to vote if you're going to play the games or not. Majority voted one more game, just like the title of the episode. Blah blah blah, a bunch of smaller moments not really worth going over. So the character of, what's her name? The old lady. Gyamja, the mother, reveals that her hair tie is a blade. And I'm just thinking, like, this is what I mentioned, this is what I was referring to earlier when I said they actually let her take that in. But I suppose this makes sense, they would let her keep. Because, you know, it's a weapon to kill others with. You know, it's not drugs that'll give you an unfair advantage. So this I'm actually less surprised that they let her keep compared to Thanos' drugs. That's actually a sentence I just said. Thanos' drugs. Are the drugs Infinity Stones? And also, big W when it comes to Squid Game. I think I may have skipped over the moment this happened. Let me see, was it this episode? I think it was this episode. Yeah, when the characters were winding down, I think it was Semi, whatever the hell her name is, player 380. When Thanos introduced himself, I think it was her. She said, like, Thanos, huh? Do you have 6 Infinity Stones? So, big W that they actually did have a Marvel reference. And, like, how can you not? How can you not if you're, you know, if you have a character named Thanos? So this time, the voting for whether the games will continue or not happens in chronological order. Previously, they voted in reverse order. That way, player 1, Frontman, can be the tiebreaker. And of course, he was going to vote to have the games continue. This time, they really want to know if the players want to continue or not. So, majority voted yes. They go by actual numerical order, and yes, players want to continue. Anyways, at nighttime, the mother character, as well as the pregnant girl, they need to go to the bathroom, as well as the trans guy. I really don't have a song in mind to play. Here, Bowie Bass is recommended here. Let's play this. Nope, not the ad. We have this really nice sequence where Gi-hun is, you know, just speaking to Jungbei at night. Neither can sleep, so they're just up talking. You know, I like moments like this, where you just simply have characters sitting, chilling, and talking. I know a lot of people are going to say these moments are boring, are worthless, are unimportant. Why is this scene here when I could be seeing action instead? I like scenes like this, where you just get to see the chemistry between the characters, see them just talk. I like moments like this. Every now and then we also get glimpses back into the outside world where the outside group is going to try to find Gi-hun and also try to find the island. Alright, it's time for the brand new third game. So the very timid guy, my god, it's so annoying trying to find these characters' name again. The very timid guy, Min Soo, asks the hot chick character, Sammi. Her name is literally S-E-M-I. Do I say Sammi or C-me or Sammi? I'm just gonna say Sammi or See-me. Dude's like, why'd you team up with me then? Or why'd you team up with Thanos and him? It's like, well, they're idiots. Why'd you team up with me? Because I know you won't betray me. That'll come up later. I'm surprised that actually came up. So, the third game is this, like, merry-go-round spin game. You stand on this spinning platform. Once a platform stops, a number will be announced, and you have to get into that group of a group with that number of people and enter a door within the time limit. And obviously, if you don't, you die. When I was watching this episode, around this time was when my dad... Well, actually, it was when Gi-hun and Jungbei were talking. It was around this time, my dad was asking me, can't you just watch this on your computer? And you know, this is the time when I was getting upset like, Dad, do you just want to use a TV? Please don't bother me right now, I'm watching a show. Further cementing, my family just does not like me using the living room TV. So because I was so curious, I had no idea what this game was. Like, I had to actually see how the game plays out in order to understand it. At this point, it was like midnight. I couldn't help myself. I just had to watch the next episode. Which I think I'll save talking about the next episode for next time, which is episode 6. There's only 7 episodes this season, as opposed to season 1's, I think, what was it, 9? Yeah, season 1 had 9 episodes, season 2 had 7. So yeah, we talked about episodes 4 and 5 today, so next time I'll talk about episode 6 and possibly 7 as well. Because, you know, so far, we've only gone through 3 games out of 6, and we're already 5 episodes out of 7 for the season. I have to say, too, I am very impressed. Not only by the acting and everything else, the budget for the show seems pretty insane. Because not only did they have to build these entire sets, they also had a lot of outdoor shots as well, which I can't imagine was cheap. Like an actual boat sailing around. Like, the production value for the show is absolutely incredible. Alright, so next time I will talk about episodes 6 and possibly 7 as well for Squid Game Season 2. Well, I did have a gut feeling that maybe I'll get Shiny Mewtwo today. It seems like that's not happening. Alright, let me see what other music I can play. You know, I've kind of wanted to listen to this again. Just nice and chill. Well, for the rest of the night, I will proceed and continue with hatching the Sneasel eggs. I've done several picnics at this point, picnics upon picnics, only getting one shiny so far. And I need 3! Ugh. You know, something I still have yet to watch is Moist Critical's video on Squid Game Season 2. I'll probably watch that after this. You know, it has been a pretty long day for me. I forgot to mention this at the top when I was talking about Sprigatito Community Day. Today, I did less looking for shinies and more catching every single Sprigatito I see to grind for candy. I had like almost 300 pineapple berries, and I ended today with just barely, like just over 100, maybe like 130-ish. And because today, like, there were also like community bonuses. It was like 3 times EXP, triple Stardust, like double catch candy. So with the pineapple berry, that would be like that's 4 times catch candies. Excuse me. So I took advantage. I got like 2,000 Sprigatito candies today. Not gonna lie, I did start feeling a little fatigued. You know, staring at my phone non-stop for 3 hours, catching everything in my path. Oh yeah, I think something else I forgot to mention. I finally opened one of my Cloud Player 2 amiibos yesterday. They've been sitting here for like a couple weeks. Like in this very room. I never got around to even bringing them upstairs or even opening one. So I finally got around to doing that. I examined the figures heavily, seeing which one was in better condition, and I opened the worst one. I opened the worst one that way to leave the better condition one inside the box. When is shirtless Sephiroth? Shake my head. When is player 2 Byleth, huh? We got a hot player 2 Corn amiibo. Where's the hot player 2 Byleth amiibo? Sure, we got the Steve and Alex one because Alex was just an easy recolor. But like, come on, why can't we get Byleth Player 2 amiibo? Nintendo cheaping out on us, not wanting to spend more money to print a totally different plastic mold. When they know, well, we print one, we invest the money in one, and people will buy it up anyways. I will admit though, the actual Sephiroth amiibo is like the best designed amiibo there is. Like, that is such a great figure. It has such great details in it. Not gonna lie, the Sephiroth amiibo is absolutely one of my favorites, just because of how well made it is. You know, and I'm pretty sure I told this before. Sword long, barely fit, very cool, exactly. I said this before in the past. As a kid, you know, when Smash Brawl came out, around that time I was, you know, teetering back and forth between Pokemon and Bakugan, which one was I am more of a fan of. Clearly, these days I'm more of a Pokemon fan, since Bakugan seems like it completely fell off. So, you know, as a kid mind back then in Brawl, Pokemon was in Smash. I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool to see Bakugan in Smash? Like, can you imagine a sized down Drago in Smash? Hey, they sized down Ridley, didn't they? They sized upped Olimar and Kirby, didn't they? You know, I have no problem with Smash shrinking down actually big characters to fit the game, like they did with Ridley. So, like, if I saw a human-sized Drago fighting next to Mario, that would have blew my mind as a kid. Like, what's an actual big character that would be hilarious if they actually shrunk down to be a playable character in Smash? Maybe not to the scale, but imagine like Majora's Mask Moon shrunk down. Oh, I'm trying to think. What is an actual, like, good giant-sized character, giant-sized video game character, shrunken down to fit Smash? I mean, I'm thinking of Attack on Titan. That's clearly not a video game. But you imagine the Attack Titan shrunken down to fight next to Mario. How funny would that be? You know, a while ago, I heard news that we were gonna get another Attack on Titan project, even though the series is done. I wonder how that's progressing. I wonder what the update is for that. You know, it's like, you thought Season 4 was done? No, here's more of Season 4. I really don't think the people behind making Season 4 knew what a final season meant. You had Season 4 Part 1, Season 4 Part 2, Season 4 Part 3 Part 1, Season 4 Part 3 Part 2. At that point, they were basically just separate seasons. Like, come on. You've seen Season 4 of Attack on Titan, you know they are basically separate seasons. Season 4 Part 1 is Season 4. Season 4 Part 2 is Season 5. Season 4 Part 3, Parts 1 and 2 are Season 6. Just with the mid-season break. Come on now, you know that's basically the case. Season 4 Part 2 is basically Season 5. It's like these guys just don't know what a final season means. Like, tell me another show whose final season spanned 3 years. It's like, when are we gonna get to, you know, the final season Part 20? Part 80? My god, this last season just doesn't end. What else can we listen to for a little bit longer? You know, I never played Sonic Frontiers, yet I know of and like the song. Even though I loved Sonic as a character and I love the franchise, it's been a long time since I played a Sonic game. I didn't even play Sonic's X Shadow Generations. Like, a lot of Sonic games just haven't interested me. Who can forget the legendary game that was Sonic 06? Oh. You know, actually, speaking of shiny Mewtwo, you know what I believed when I was a kid? So, when I was younger, this was like first grade, maybe? My god, first grade was like... Oh my god, first grade was what? Maybe almost 20 years ago? Jesus Christ. Not quite yet, but you know, we're closing up to 20 years ago was... First grade for me. Maybe more like 15 years ago was first grade for me. Which, holy hell, first grade was like 15 years ago. So, for whatever reason in first grade, the way it worked was my sister and we would go to this guy's house first. Like, he was also a student. He was like a friend of my sister, so we go to his house first. And then, like, later on, his mom would get off of work and then drive us home. You know, this was like 15 years ago, back when I was in first grade. My memory's a little fuzzy on it. So, and this dude picked on me from time to time, like, you know, because I was a cute little stupid child, so easy to pick on. Only when I was at his house, you know. So I remember vaguely when we would be at his place and we would wait for his mom to come home from work and drive us back home. I don't know how possibly this was arranged. I don't know. Guess I'll never find out. I don't even know who that guy is anymore. I don't think my sister kept in touch with him. Because for my sister, it was like 20 years ago. Oh. So anyways, we would be in this guy's basement. And, you know, he would have Smash Melee on the TV. You know, my young child brain never pieced together, hey, this game is different from Smash Brawl. So it didn't click in my head like there was a Smash game before Smash Brawl. I didn't know that. So, you know that Mewtwo alt? That's Mewtwo skin that is in Smash? The one where Mewtwo is completely darker? Hold on, let me take a look at it first. Let me better describe it. Yeah, the last alt where Mewtwo, like, his white body turns more purple and then his tail is darker. Wait. You know, the Mewtwo ult where his entire body turns darker. Almost kind of looks like Shadow Mewtwo. As a kid, I thought that was what shiny Mewtwo looked like. And this was before I even knew what shiny Pokemon was. So as a kid, I was like, that's a shiny Mewtwo. What's a shiny? What is a shiny Pokemon? Whatever it is, that's what shiny Mewtwo looks like. And then I found out shiny Mewtwo's green. It's like, wait a second, I thought the alt in Smash was shiny Mewtwo. I don't know, it was just something I thought as a kid. That final alt in Smash was what shiny Mewtwo looked like. I'm also the same kid who thought Heatran evolved into Regigigas. Oh, I'll do this for like 5 more minutes. Or 10, we'll see. Okay, so this Mewtwo is actually being really stubborn. Shiny Xerneas full odds was faster than this. You guys remember the magic you felt when watching one of the older Pokemon movies back when they were good? Back when they, actually put out Pokemon movies? Yeah, we haven't really had a good one since the Volcanion one, and that was like, at this point, 7 years ago. We've had other Pokemon movies, but they've been disconnected, and they sucked. Movies like Pokemon I Choose You, that film sucked. So we haven't had a good, genuine, connected Pokemon film. We're now closer to a decade than further away. Well, my 3DS is low on power, so I'll just do this for a couple more minutes and then I'll call it for tonight. Man, I need a shower after this. I'll do one more reset after this, and then I'll call for tonight. Alright, this will be the last encounter for tonight. Nope. Alright, that's gonna do it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time for more Mewtwo. Okay, bye.